We head to the top of the fourth. Mudcats of Long Island with a 5-3 lead over the Bombers of the Bronx. Hal Sass, Russ Blatt with the call from the Mauritius Sports Complex in Mauritius. And Russ, one of the great things when you come to a tournament like this is a lot of vendors come out with a lot of training aids, and with today's sports world being so professional looking, everybody wants to look like the pros, and they can buy a whole bunch of assortment of stuff. And one of the things, as I walked into the complex today, Mr. Wristband of Long Island, and the owner of the company is Nick Caracappa, who joins us. Nick, nice to meet you. And this is a great day for baseball, first of all, but it's so cool to see the kids wearing the kind of merchandise that you sell.
Oh, that's right. The kids absolutely love it. They really enjoy looking like the pros, playing like the pros, and this just adds to the quality of the experience for the kids. It really does, and I'm happy to be a part of it and provide that for them.
And the coolest thing is the variety of the merchandise that you have. Any color, put your number on it. I guess you could probably embroider names as well. I mean, you could probably do anything, and these kids really not only look like a pro, but they feel like a pro out there.
I tell you, it's great actually watching the games, guys participate in the game, wearing wristbands, and after the game coming to me and saying, there's guaranteed hits in these wristbands. Mr. Wristband, we knocked the socks off for today, and it's a real pleasure with the kids.
It's a lot of pressure for you, and if you give them a wristband, they've got to come through with some hits. As Sean Wilderman steps in here, leading off the top of the fourth. How'd you get involved in all of this?
Well, I tell you, we started out as just doing some youth apparel with the teams out here on Long Island, selling the uniforms, and it just this was just an accessory that we just by selling them with the numbers on it, it just became more of an interest, and it grew, and it just became a great way to start raising funds for other organizations and leagues.
That ball hit foul, so Wilderman will come back to the plate. I'm sure there's a lot of charity angles that are involved with this, whether it's selling it, for a team or maybe an organization, possibly.
Absolutely, Hal. What we do is we get invited to your organization. Whether you're doing a tournament or opening day, closing day, picture day, we come, we set up, we sell to the kids, the parents, whoever wants to root on their player, and we donate a portion of the proceeds back to each league or organization.
Semble at second, over to first to retire Wilderman for the first out here in the top half of the fourth inning. So one away.
Do you do other things besides wristbands?
Oh, yeah. If you come to our booth, we do just about everything. We specialize in the wristbands and the headbands. Headbands are very popular with the softball players and the basketball players. But if you want to look at some of the kids that are wearing the titanium sport power necklaces and the bracelets, we sell those at a very good price. And, again, our main goal is to let every kid enjoy the experience. So we do jerseys. We do it all. You call Mr. Wristband. You get in touch with me. We'll come to your event. We'll do T-shirts. We'll do jerseys. We'll do names. Whatever it is you want. But our specialty is exactly what you see with the Mr. Wristband. Is the wristbands and the headbands.
Mike McKenna, the batter, 0 for 2, struck out and fly to center in the hole at 0-2. Maestri on the mound with one away here in the top half of the fourth. That ball nubbed foul, staying alive. I mean, I loved when I walked in. The first thing I saw, my son's favorite hockey player is Rick DiPietro, number 39. And I saw a 39 wristband. I'm like, I got to get it from him. That's what he's going to have it. I would love it in orange, though. Can you do it the orange, maybe with blue numbers, like Islanders colors? You can come kind of make it look that way?
Come on over to the booth after the game. We'll hook you and your sum up.
Oh, man, I'm going to be the head of the household now. Take it away from him.
Hey, you're not the only one. Hey, they make great gifts, too. You want to stuff a stocking? Come on down. They make great Christmas gifts. Any time of the year is great. Birthday gifts, we'll do it all. But I just want to point out that if you're looking to raise money and funds for your organization, invite Mr. Wristband down. We'll come down, we'll set up, we'll do all the sales. The kids will have a great time, and at the end of the day, you'll get a check for at least 10%, no less than 10%, and all proceeds go right to you and your organizations, and that can help reduce registration fees, cost of uniforms, and whatever we can do for the organization.
Pitch to Nick Collins in tight. So just the information, Mr. Wristband, 486 Hawkins Road in Selden, 631-332-9233, the number. Nick Caracappa, thanks so much for stopping by. Love the merchandise. Good luck with it.
Guys, thank you very much for the opportunity. You guys are doing a great job. And come visit us at MrWristband.com at any time. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.
All right, so Nick Caracappa, Mr. Wristband, and I'll tell you, that's really cool stuff. I got to tell you, Russ. I mean, as a kid, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to wear stuff like that. I know today, it's what everyone wants. They all want to look like the pros, feel like the pros. Just one of the few vendors out here. There's all sorts of stuff here: training devices, hitting tools, you name it. They're selling their wares here and stuff that make these kids better on the field.
He's Mr. Everything, not just Mr. Wristband, as Nick was telling us all the various things that he did. I just wanted to mention that McKenna struck out looking on for the second out on a pitch on the outside corner. You got Nick Collins up right now, the pitcher for the Mudcats here with 2 outs. But Nick was very precise in what he wanted you to know, that they can do it all.
Yep.
You have colors, you have the numbers, you have the names, he'll do it for you.
And it's great because these teams, they all wear the professional style jerseys. They can match them right up. As Collins goes down looking for the second time. So 3 up, 3 down for the Mudcats here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors at the end of 3 1/2. Mudcats still hold a 2-run advantage, 5-3 over the Bombers. We're back with more in a moment.
Join the Global Recreation Network and USSSA on the 2013 Junior Golf Tour. The tour will be played on some of the best courses on Long Island and is open to both boys and girls between the ages of 9 and 18. Call today. Play the best. Play USSSA.
All Out Sports is where it's at for all your softball needs. We're affiliated with top manufacturers, so you can guarantee that what you buy is top of the line. Add alloutsportsonline.com to your favorites. Check us out for the best deals.
Flags blowing with the wind blowing in from the outfield here at the Moriches Sports Complex in Moriches as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning with the Bombers coming to bat, trailing by 2, 5-3 as we look at Nick Collins, who has pitched well, got through cleanly in the first, 1-2-3, gave up 3 runs in the second, but scoreless in the third, and for the Mudcats, 5 runs in the first, but their offense has been shut down, so Collins really needs to do the job on the mound to try to hold the high-scoring Bronx Bombers down as they trail by 2, heading into the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Collins is doing very well on the mound. He's so far held the Bombers to only 3 runs, where they've been scoring runs in multiples. Even not just today, but through their whole season, their 165-game season. We keep going back to that number.
Amazing.
It's an incredible number.
It is a lot of games. It's the first pitch in for a called strike to Jonathan Fonseca, the shortstop, who grounded out in the first inning. A 1 delivery, a little curveball, chopped in play. Collins off the mound. Can he get him at first? Cannot. High throw gets by the first baseman. And now Fonseca will go to second as the right fielder Mike McKenna picks it up. Big turn around second. Caught between second and third. The throw to third is high, but backed up smartly by the pitcher. And what a play by Collins. You probably think, why would you be there? That's all about great coaching.
Yeah, that's one thing you know as a pitcher, and you're taught. You should be taught at a young age that you should get behind whatever base you think the play is going to get at. Collins, as you can see here, fields the ball, turns and throws a little bit wild towards first. Fontana couldn't reach it, and he went back towards to get the ball. The right fielder McKenna picked it up, and on the relay in, the batter Fonseca got himself caught up right there. When he stopped, he was a dead duck, but the throw was high to third. Conway couldn't reach it. Collins backing it up, and they have a man on third with nobody out.
All right, so Collins could have maybe let that ball go foul. It might have made it foul, or at worst just would have been an infield single as that pitch in for a called strike to Mark Maestri. The pitcher reached on an error, stole a base, and scored in the second. But Collins, his feet were really not set when he threw, and that's why the ball sailed high over first base.
Yeah, he was leaning back away from first, and I think he just tried to rush the throw a little bit. I don't know if he would have got him even with a good throw. Fontana had to reach in front. And also at first you always have that worries of first baseman of a collision. So Fontana may have pulled back just a little bit. Can't fault him on that. You've seen a lot of collisions. You've seen a lot of people getting hurt. And so you can't fault the first baseman. but they did have him on a good throw at third base. Him being Fonseca at third for the out.
So Maestri watches that pitch sail wide.
Maestri
the count runs full.
Sorry, Maestri reached on an error. We gave it to Fontana at first when the ball popped out of his glove on the ground ball to Conway, and he scored the first run for the Bombers.
That pitch chopped on the ground at third. Runner takes off from third. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe. Fonseca in under the tag of Sanderson.
Yeah, Conway charged that ball, and instead of taking the out at first, threw home to Sanderson, who came up in front of the plate, and Fonseca slid to the way side, the foul side of home plate, getting in front of the throw, which was short hopped by Conway.
And now the coach comes out to talk to the pitcher here. As one run is in, making it a 5-4 ball game here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And, you know, you got to think in a game like this, especially since they play only 6 innings. At this point here, we're in the 4th inning. So they've got 9 outs left. You sit there and think, let's just get the out, whittle that number 9 down. If they get the run, so be it. Keep the lead, let's get the out, gets us closer to the end of the game.
Yeah, one thing when you're out there in the field you have to think about is, what am I going to do if the ball's hit to me? Now, the ball was also a slow roller, not a roller, it was a hopper that Conway had to charge at. So he was actually moving towards home plate. So he had the choice of going with his body towards home plate or turning and throwing a first for the out. And I think that his reaction was, let's cut down this run here at the plate and let's keep that 2-run lead. Didn't work out that way. Now you have the man on first with nobody out, as opposed to 1 out and nobody no one on.
Yeah. You know, the old age question, you know, do you trade it out for the runner?
Right. And
for the run.
At that point, I think that might have been the smart move. However, that happened, right, and it didn't work out. And, you know, and if it would have worked out, everyone would talk about the smart play that
right.
Conway made. So It was a smart play. It just didn't work out. As Fonseca slid in ahead of the tag.
Xavier Vargas had a pitch out here, had an RBI double back in the second, also came around to score back in that second inning.
Yeah, Vargas hit the ball well in that second inning for the driving in that first run.
See if Maestri tries to take off from first. They'll try to keep him close. The offense for both teams really has only been 1 inning. And there are a couple of opportunities we should mention that the Mudcats did load the bases with 2 outs, but could not score. Pitch out. That one gets off the catcher's hand, but the runner was going. Probably wouldn't have gotten him out anyway. So another stolen base, second of the game from Maestri.
Yeah, Maestri, the cleanup hitter, also stealing 2 bases, 2 of the 4 that the Bombers have so far. The Bombers showing a little bit of speed.
They stole 3 bases alone in that second inning. So now the tying run in scoring position. Typically you'd say 180 feet away, but with the bases only 70 feet, 140 feet away. Vargas watches that ball cross the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, I'm watching Collins' footwork on that pitch. It didn't look like his feet were. It looked like he was comfortable with his feet as he was coming towards home plate, as he steps across his body on his deliveries.
3-1 pitch lifted in the air to left field. Trankel going over to give it a look, but he can't get to it. Foul ball, count now full at 3-2.
Yeah, that ball just short hopping the fence out and left. Trankel gave it a look, gave it a little bit of a run, but he just didn't have the speed. And I think that caught that. I think he might have made some contact with the fence. It might not have been a good look.
There's a decent amount of foul territory here. Probably about 15, 20 feet between the foul line and the fence bordering the field. Breaking ball hit in the hole. Gets into the outfield. Rounding third is Maestri. He will come around to score, and we are tied at 5.
Hey, Xavier Vargas pulling that pitch from Collins into right field to tie the score. That's his second RBI of the game. And now we are tied here in the bottom of the 4th inning in the semifinal.
So Vargas taking it in the hole between first and second. Wilderman could not come up with it. Take a look at the game-tying single by Vargas.
Yeah, it was actually a curveball that held up a little bit as Vargas now goes to second and steals the base.
And the ball gets past the second baseman. Throw to third as he'll head to third. He's in at third. So all sorts of things going on here for the Bombers in the 4th inning. Stolen base, and on the error goes to third. And 70 feet away is the lead run in this game, as the Bombers have tied it up with 2 here in the 4th after trailing 5-0 after the top half of the 1st. They have a chance to get the first lead of the game as Vargas takes his lead off third. Collins missing outside.
Yeah, Vargas doing a lot of himself this inning. First with the single.
Infield playing in. They would love to cut down the run at the plate if possible. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It looks like the Bombers, my guess would be Vargas going on contact. He's taking a pretty big lead down there with the infield in. Looks like he would go on contact by the batter.
Yeah, they call that the second lead, is that as you take your lead when the pitcher sets, and then as the pitcher's releasing and going through his motion, you move forward. They call that the second lead. And it looks like, as you said, that he's going to be going on contact as he's only 60 feet away by the time the batter is going to make contact. It's going to be going, and again, as we saw before, a good throw will get him out. However, the poor throw will give the Bombers the lead if there's a ground ball to one of these infielders.
Well, the Mudcats definitely playing in around the infield, looking to cut down the potential go-ahead run. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Missing. And the count full. Again, the Mudcats, an 11U team, playing up in this tournament, reaching the semifinal.
The Mudcats still holding their own against the quote-unquote big boys.
On the corner for a called strike 3. Dela Cruz can't believe it, but he'll head to the bench.
But that was a great pitch that started out over the outside part of the plate and broke over the outside corner. Dela Cruz had no chance at that because he gave up on it right away, and the ball curved over the plate corner for the strike.
Boy, look at that. Just break in on the outside corner. A huge second out strikeout by Collins. Now they just need an out to get out of the inning, and that pitch fouled back by Acevedo. Stand corrected, 1 out, as it was a fielder's choice that on an error.
Yes.
Where the runner advanced. So 1 out, I apologize.
Confused me. I just looked to make sure.
Infield still playing in. That ball lined into left field for a base hit. Acevedo put his arms up, celebrating that hit. He'll try to go to second. Here's the throw. Safe.
Jose Acevedo with his second RBI today.
Now batting.
This time taking second on the ball that Keller came. Keller went over to his right to get it, threw it into second. Acevedo beat the throw for the RBI double. And here you can see that he slapped the pitch up the middle. Keller moving over to his right. Picked it up, lost his balance just a little bit, turned around and threw. As you can see, Dela Cruz celebrating at the plate. Sliding in ahead of the tag with the safe call by the men in red.
And a good job by Acevedo realizing that Keller was going away from the base and was able to advance to second. That ball slapped. That one gets into the hole, into the outfield. Tranquil has it. Here's the relay. It will not come to the plate, and another run scores as Acevedo comes in with the 4th run of the inning and the 7th for the Bombers, who now have a 7-5 advantage.
Yeah, Matt Mikulski, who's come in to pitch. Excuse me, sorry, not coming in to pitch. The right fielder came in, slapped the ball the other way into the hole between the shortstop and the third baseman for the RBI single. He gives his team 1 more run, and they take that 7-5 lead.
Well, we said all along that the Bombers have an outstanding offense and that can pretty much explode at any time and put big numbers on the board. And they've certainly done that here in the 4th. They scored 3 in the 2nd and have plated 4 here in the 4th to take that 7-5 lead. And Collins will come to the bench and be replaced. We'll see who they decide to go with on the mound.
Looks like they're going with Brandon Grunberg, number 25, the lefty. And I think that Sanderson may be coming out of the game Not sure here. Sanderson, the catcher, went into the dugout as Grunberg takes his warm-up pitches. I'm trying to see if there's any other changes that we can see.
Cools is still at short, Conway at third.
I think
Fontana and Wilderman, so.
I think Collins may be going behind the plate, it looks like. Either that or Sanderson's just letting Grunberg warm up with one of the coaches.
So the lefty Grunberg comes in to pitch.
Okay, we're getting the information from Mike McKenna, the coach. Looks like Grunberg is going to come into the lineup spot where Lou Ferrino was. And as the coach said, they will figure out who the extra hitter is.
Right. So the catching gear has been put on by McKenna. So the right fielder, Mike McKenna, now comes back behind the plate. So let's see who's over in right field now. That's why you bring binoculars to a game like this.
Little note, and I'll say this now as Brandon Grunberg comes in to pitch. Went to high school with his father. His father in attendance here today, Darren Grunberg, good ball player in his own right. So, Darren, hello to you watching here today.
So number 35 is in right field. We'll see if we can decipher.
That's Joe Keller.
Okay, so Keller's moved from left to right. Okay, so who's in center?
Oh, Keller was in center. Keller's in right.
Okay.
Stepping up to the plate, number 43, Freddie.
We'll figure this out.
Number 43.
So we just need to confirm who's in center field as pickoff throw by Grunberg over to first. So another left-handed pitcher comes in. And with 4 runs in and 1 out in the inning, Mikulski, the right fielder, watches that knuckleball sail outside 1-0. Mikulski reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base. Back in the second, that fielder's choice did drive in a run.
Looks like Collins is in center.
Okay. Runner goes, but that pitch inside hits the batter as Mikulski is hit by the pitch.
I think that was Reichelt, the catcher. Mikulski before got the single
Right.
and the RBI, so that was Fred Reichelt getting hit by the pitch on his left side.
Now batting number 4.
Now we have first and second with just the 1 out here for the Bombers, who now have a 7-5 lead in the bottom of the 4th.
So Toribio steps in, hit on the ground to short. To second, the ball bobbled and dropped. Everyone's safe.
Yeah, Wildman, I think, was worried more about the runner coming in at him, which was Mikulski, who came in hard, as he should, sliding into second. I think Wildman took his eye off the ball as he saw Mikulski out of the corner of his eye. He was also a little bit slower getting towards second, as I think that Cools expected him to be there, as the Mudcats were trying to turn the double play, and instead ended up with nobody out and the bases loaded.
So Kenny Torres, left-handed batter, steps in with the bases full, takes a strike, 0-1 the count on Torres.
And the catcher, Mike McKenna, now has a tough job. Make sure that he's got to keep all the balls in front of him with a man on third. And a pass ball may call for another play at the plate.
Safety squeeze, and that ball thrown down to third. Good play by Conway just to keep that in play.
Yeah, the runner going back towards third. Mikulski got in between himself and Conway, and then Conway made a good play reaching around him to get the glove on the ball. McKenna's throw otherwise would have hit him in the back. Mikulski in the back.
Pitch misses 2-1 now, the count. Mikulski on third, Reichert at second, Toribio at first. 4 runs in and only 1 down. Here in the bottom of the 4th in the 6th inning, semifinal game between the Long Island Mudcats, as that ball's fouled away, and the Bronx Bombers. Made its way onto the other field, 2-2 now the count. Boy, Torres really could open things up here.
I'm hearing Coach McKenny yelling at his outfielders that they are too deep in the outfield, and out in right field, Keller takes a couple steps in.
That pitch down low.
Like Ted Koenig doing a good job there, making sure he kept his body down, keeping the ball in front of him on that low pitch.
Count evens up at 2-2. So the Bombers showing their offensive prowess. That ball lifted.